When you turn up at a ploughing match and you're greeted with a sight like this, you wonder whether you made the right choice when you decided to plough today. The ground conditions are going to be challenging at best, and the overnight rain certainly hasn't improved things. And here comes another tow tractor. There'll be about 80 years between this standard Fordson and the Fendt we saw before. And the Ford takes up the strain, and away we go. And here's a massive John Deere 8RX and 9 for a Coon plough. It was that big, it could hardly get in the gate. And at the other end of the spectrum, we've got some real horsepower. Well, it looks like that's the end of rush hour, so now it's time to head off to the plots and see what it's going to plough like. And here's the chairman of the Rutland Ploughing Match. Tow tractor duty's completed and he's now ready to plough. I'm having a go with the plough today, so it's time for me to hand over the camera to one of my able assistants and see if we can get some footage for you. It very quickly becomes clear that it's not going to plough at all well. It wants to stick to everything, and unless your moldboards are perfectly shiny, you've got absolutely no chance. And as usual, the trail plough class is full of 1940s standard Fordsons. This 1970s classic Ford 4100 is ploughing in the World Style class. And there's a very good cross section of machines in the horticultural class. Well, I did say I wasn't thinking it was going to plough very well today, and it looks like you're going to see a lot of plough cleaning going on. In the vintage mounted class, we've got this very nice early 1950s Nuffield Universal, and it's getting very close to a finish. A very smart International B275 and matching plough. A John Deere 2850, and I think it's in original condition, looking very smart. Unfortunately, the plough, like many others, doesn't really like the conditions. And next we'll see a demonstration of the age-old ploughman's tradition of dropping the plough on the floor as hard as possible so you've got less soil to clean off it. A regular at many of the plough matches I attend, this Ford 4000 in the reversible class. Wind the clock back to the 19th century and all you'd have seen at Rutland Ploughing Match would have been horses. Ploughing matches are thought to originate from a need to improve farming standards. They were organised by local landowners and agricultural societies. And around the mid-19th century, steam started to appear in the field. It took a while to reach a system that worked efficiently, but in the end, John Fowler patented this twin-engine system we see working here today, and it became pretty much the steam ploughing standard in the UK. This is a Type BB1 ploughing engine, produced by John Fowler in 1925. And for the enthusiasts, it's works number 15451. These steam engines are capable of moving the plough at quite some speed, and they're pushing on quite hard here because they found that faster meant that the plough slipped better. And with a balance plough, if soil sticks to the moldboards, it makes it very difficult to tip it up at each end. As the engine at the far end of the field pulls the plough back, this one just idles and waits for its next turn. And working hard at the other end of the field, we've got another John Fowler BB1 ploughing engine. Number 15182, built in 1918. And we are back now with the tractors. By the standards of the day, this is quite a clean plot. We can see quite a bit of stubble, but compared to some, it's not too bad. This little Fordson Dexter is managing to get most of the stubble away, but if you've got a pride in your work, there's always a bit more that you can't resist sorting out. This is one of the better plots in the classic class. And I wonder, is it the right width or not? Well, there doesn't seem to be a lot of thinking going on, so my guess is that was spot on. and a quick demonstration of one of the other problems of the day: a lack of traction. My father started taking me to ploughing matches when I was a very small boy, and it seems like this gentleman has been ploughing at them ever since then. I think today he is the oldest competitor, and he's just about to finish off his plot in the Grey Fergie class. And here we are on the next door plot with another finish in the Grey Fergie class. A very nicely restored International, and when a ploughman spends all day in the field, he needs to take his faithful friend with him. And this is a finish in the vintage mounted class. One very important thing to do at this point is to get off, walk back and take a look, because it always looks different from the end to what it does sitting on the tractor. And we're going to need a bit of adjustment here to make sure we've got a clean furrow wall. Although I think it's worth saying that's going to be wishful thinking in today's conditions. Let's stick with it for a few more moments and see if it works. Next we'll catch up with a finish or two in the vintage trailed class. And it's time for our visit to a very challenging Rutland Ploughing Match to come to an end. Despite the poor ploughing conditions, the sun's been shining and it's been an excellent event. We've managed to take you on a journey all the way from the horses ploughing right through to the steam engines, and then on to some of the very latest modern equipment. Don't forget to click the like button and make sure you subscribe, then you'll be notified when we launch the next video. And it's time now for the prize giving, and it just remains for me to say thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you again next week with another video.